Hi folks, today I'm going to share with you how tabletop role-playing games have changed my life, as well as share some submissions from some of you. I was inspired to do this as part of Women in Tabletop Gaming Month. I will put links down to the group that's been organizing stuff. They have some really great blog posts of interviews, and there's been a bunch of roundtables, stuff like that, so go check it out. It's been the whole month of June. Okay, before I share how RPGs have changed my life, I wanted to share some of the submissions that were sent in when I asked for fellow women in the tabletop role-playing community to tell me how it's changed your lives. It's given me a group of friends that have been adventuring together for 20 years. And since my husband also plays, we always have something exciting to talk about. This isn't entirely about RPGs, though they are certainly included. I found tabletop board gaming on accident in 2013. I was coming out of a bad breakup and felt really lost in my life. I walked into a coffee shop near my house, and there was a group of folks playing Resistance. I hadn't thought about board games since I was a kid, but they looked like they were having such a good time. They opened their table to me, and I went from joining that group to leading a 30-person-a-week board gaming group at my local cafe. I've met some of my closest friends through board gaming. We even travel the world together, going to gaming conventions and on gaming trips. I met my husband through that board gaming group. He proposed to me through a board game in front of all of our gaming friends. When I had to move to a new city, I immediately went to the closest board game cafe, and now 3 years into living in this new city, I have an amazing group of friends. Several of us even lived together for a while. Board games have also helped me learn patient cooperation and helped me rediscover my creativity. I work in education and regularly have used games in pre-K through college-age classrooms. I remember a bunch of teachers telling me that a classroom of third-grade boys would never want to play a role-playing game. I gave a 5-minute introduction and they played happily and unsupervised for the next 3 hours. I use board games to bring my family closer together. We lost my little sister in 2014 to a chronic illness, and one of the things that kept her going when she was in hospital was playing board games. Her and I will never ever forget those memories. Board games bring people to the table, bring love, challenges, intellect, and teamwork to the table. I'm so grateful for what they have brought to my life. It's made me more creative and take charge and made me realize how great my memory is. It's also let me be myself by letting me be anything or anyone I want, including powerful fighters, strong casters, and shapeshifters. It's also helped me stand up for women in gaming and be more vocal about equality in gaming and bashing stereotypes. I was introduced to D&D 2nd edition in early college, and I found storytelling to be something I understood as a voracious reader in ways I didn't understand in real life. I got my friends and their young siblings into it with me. I watched a great friend get trapped in his first character. In the context of the story, I watched my friends try out risky behaviors. I watched a budding romance hit rocky waters. In a decade-long campaign, I was able to take my character and myself through developmental stages I'd missed. Roleplay with my friends helped me to understand what I saw in real life and to better join the community I live in. So those are just a few of the ways that tabletop role-playing games have changed people's lives. So for me, I think the biggest thing has been helping to form friendships. Not only friendships with my in real life friends that we get together and we sit down around the table and play both tabletop RPGs and board games, but also finding this great community online, especially some of the online groups that I've gotten to play with. It's something about sitting around the table and playing these characters and being emotionally vulnerable, even if it's being emotionally vulnerable for the character. There's something about that I think really helps build these strong friendships, and as you're opening up as your character and kind of seeing that, how comfortable, okay, is this a good environment? Do I feel comfortable with these people? Then that bleeds over into the friendships that you end up building. Even with the Warlocks game that I'm in, you can go check out some of those games up here. I've only been playing in it for a couple of months, but already I feel like I've known the people I've been playing with for so much longer, and we've had conversations in our private Discord where people are asking for advice or sharing, like, I had a shitty week or I had an amazing week and I want to tell somebody about it. And that's been fantastic. That's been a really great, just feeling the sense of community that sometimes I feel a little disjointed in my own, like, in real life community. So it's nice having, in those moments, having this online community that I can go to these online spaces and find stuff. Plus, conventions. Oh my goodness, conventions are fantastic. Beyond just finding that community, it's really, I think, helped me become more confident. I've gotten to stand up for myself in situations as a player, as a character that I might not in my real life, and kind of gotten to try out a few things. I feel like I've certainly gotten better about speaking in public, both through playing games with folks around the table and telling myself, okay, it's fine, I can talk, I can jump in, as well as making these videos. That's been a really great practice for me. And then it's also helped me just figure out who I am and try out different aspects of my personality and different parts of my identity and see, like, okay, if I introduce this kind of character to my friends, how do they react? And being able to talk about, like, talking abstractly about our characters and some of the aspects of our characters has been a helpful way to then transition it into talking about parts of my own life and saying, oh, well, I this part of this character came from this experience I had, or this part of my identity. In addition, there are probably several more smaller ways that tabletop role-playing games have affected my life, but those are a few of the big ones. So how has playing or being part of the tabletop role-playing community changed your life? What impacts has it had? I'd love to hear about it and continue the conversation down in the comments below. We make videos here every Tuesday and Thursday, so don't forget to like the video, share it if you enjoyed it, and subscribe so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. Make sure to go check out the Women in Gaming page and read about all of these amazing women that are within our community. Go support them and go support all of the other fellow creators, especially in our community. There are some really great ones, and I've definitely found a few that I hadn't heard of before, but thought, like, oh my gosh, they're doing such really cool things. And I think these kinds of ways of highlighting some of the maybe lesser known individuals in our community who are doing really great stuff is a really awesome part of this community. So if there's anybody that you think people should know about, especially women in the role-playing game community, since that's the theme of this video, but others as well, add those down in the comments below so others can find them and we can make our community bigger. A big thanks to our patrons, especially Lainey. If you want to support our channel, you can head over to our Patreon page and check out the perks of being a patron. All right, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Roll for Initiative. Bye! Boop, 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 boop.